Whew. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, this Nkunku news is moving real fast. Apparently, it could be announced very soon. However, some of the German journalists are saying, nah, nothing like this is happening. There's no advanced, situation. There's no pre-contract at the moment. We'll get through all of that news, and also Marc Cucurella back with Chelsea's squad, which is a great news.
All right. Here we go, back again on the other side of the coin.
All right, welcome back to the other side of the coin, ladies and gentlemen. Look, we're going to obviously talk about Christopher Nkunku first up. There's a whole heap of news about Gvardiol as well, Josko Gvardiol, double swoop on Leipzig. There's obviously some information in regards to Marc Cucurella being back to Chelsea training and some other bits and pieces that we're going to go through. But first of all, Christopher Nkunku. Some people are very, very excited. They wanted this player from the get-go. Some people are a bit skeptical about the Bundesliga situation. Look, obviously there is going to be that feeling, isn't it? Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Jadon Sancho, so many more just haven't really worked out from there. But I just get the feeling with Christopher Nkunku, technically he's a lot better. With the ball, close control, in tight situation, has got the pace. I think he's probably a lot better than some of those names in regards to those facets of the game. Look, there's obviously the uncertainty. There's going to be an adaptation period, but I like the way how the new owners, they honed in on this particular player very, very quickly. They recognize that's the one they want, and they've gone in and they've done the due diligence very early and ensured that there's no other competition that's going to bother us. A few people are worried, where does he play? I think he can play anywhere up front, in any of the front three position, or even just behind the striker, where Kai Havertz has been playing for Chelsea Football Club in recent time, and also for Germany. So I can potentially see him on the left up front, but I genuinely would like to see him just behind a striker in that central attacking midfield role. He can score goals. He can create goals as well. A lot of people are saying, "Biz, what about a proper out-and-out creator midfield?" Don't worry, that midfield's going to get revamped as well. But Nkunku has the capacity to create as well. Of course, he has the capacity to score goals, and he's quite clinical up front, but he definitely can create as well. On top of that, he's a free kick specialist. We need someone who's capable of banging in goals from set pieces and also create opportunities from set pieces. All right, let's have a look at the latest in regards to this particular news. Nkunku is in final stages. Smart from Chelsea, because they can pay in different payment terms, like in many years, rather than one payment. I always thought maybe one payment would be far more better than many years. You'd think that clubs would want the money straight away, but apparently, this is one of the payment structures that Leipzig is quite okay with. Chelsea know next summer many clubs will try to sign strikers: Real Madrid, Atletico Madrid, Inter, Man United, etc. This is coming from Fabrizio Romano. Here we go, podcast. And it further goes on to say, Chelsea will be there for Rafael Leao, but AC Milan are trying to extend his contract. So this is the one to look out for. And also, I believe, Leandro Trossard. There could be something there. Trossard is quite happy if an opportunity to join Chelsea comes up, and I don't see how Graham Potter says no to that. And Trossard, for me, is one of those players that are up-and-coming superstars in the Premier League. If it's not us, soon someone else is going to snap him up, and he's a proper baller, mate. He's a proper baller. Rafael Leao, of course, I would want him. His total package is unbelievable, man, and I hope we go out there and try and secure him. As I said, Nkunku, Rafael Leao, Trossard, that really transforms our front, our attacking options, if I'm being absolutely honest. Chelsea are holding a second round of meetings for sporting director this week. Nkunku is pretty much done and dusted. There was some competition from Premier League upper reaches. This is coming from David Ornstein. And he further goes on to say, if you thought the new ownership was going to rest once the window was over, you've got another thing coming. I mean, looks like we are going to be equally busy in the upcoming windows, whether it's January, definitely in the summer as well. But yeah, the sporting director is needed, man. I mean, we're going to touch on the Josko Gvardiol. I personally can't see or don't see how it's extremely, essential at the moment. But some people are saying that it is necessary. I do want to see that sporting director come in and run with these scenarios in the future, and not have Todd Bowley having to do all of this. How much of it is Graham Potter involved? How much of it is his backroom stuff in regards to Macaulay, who's the head of recruitment under Graham Potter? How much are they involved at the moment with all of these situations? I don't know. Look, I'm glad Todd Bowley has gone out there and done this business for Nkunku, but I need that sporting director to come in and really take over this and find those gems. It's not always about finding the big dogs out there. Do you know what I mean? Like Nkunku and Rafael Leao. Like, we need to find those gems as well. So let's hope we get that sporting director as soon as possible. Nkunku's move to Chelsea could be confirmed soon, according to BILD. This is incredible. We've gone from half medical to pre-contract agreement, and now apparently it's going to be confirmed quite soon. This is sensational, and I would love to see that. Like, it just shows that we've learned our lesson from the last transfer window, where we got so many of our players taken away from us. We tried to hijack as well, and we were very unsuccessful in hijacking. Christopher Nkunku has been impressed by how Chelsea have handled the situation and is very keen on the move to Stamford Bridge. Chelsea have sent scouts to watch him the last 2 seasons. Interest started when Abramovich was owner. Okay, fair enough. This is from Adam Newson. So this isn't a new thing with Christopher Nkunku. Apparently, the previous owners were keen on him as well. And as I said, I mean, this player isn't a new sensation. Like, there's been fans that's been after Nkunku for a little while. So absolutely happy the fact that Nkunku is on board with this as well. Now, some of the counterparts in Germany are actually saying this isn't true. Florian Plettenberg, who honestly, I feel he's quite credible when it comes to German news in regards to Nkunku. This is what he had to say. Yes, Chelsea wants him. Potter and Bowley are pushing to sign, and there were negotiations. Deal can happen, but we've been told, again, no pre-contract with Chelsea, and the medical should have been private. No official from Chelsea took part. I mean, this is night and day. Florian Plettenberg is saying there is no pre-contract, and David Ornstein, as we've said before, and also Fabrizio Romano saying that there has been a pre-contract contract, and the matter is quite advanced. So, what do you believe? I think in this case, I'm going to go with David Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano. Both of them are so staunch about it. I think I'd have to believe that. But maybe Plettenberg is working for the Leipzig side of things just to protect the interest over there. But we'll see. I think it is quite advanced. When you've got people like Ornstein and Fabrizio Romano both talking about it, I think it is quite advanced. Now, a move for Josko Gvardiol is possible in January. This is from Jacob Steinberg. Sammy Mugbel said this. Sorry, not Sammy Mugbel. Matt Law said this earlier on as well. Josko Gvardiol, apparently we're going to be triggering his release clause, which is something around 43, 44 million, roughly around that mark. Yeah, we were touted to purchase him for 90 million at the end of last transfer window, but apparently at the end of this season, he has a release clause for 43, 44 million, which is fantastic. Look, I've got no issues with the player, although I do need to watch Leipzig a little bit more. From the matches I've seen, he's been a bit erratic, but a lot of people say from a ball-playing standpoint, he's extremely good. Some are even saying when Thiago Silva leaves, this guy is going to be the one who's going to play those, long balls and those key passes from the back. So a lot of people hold high grounds on this particular player. Me, on the other hand, I'm just thinking, is this necessary for the time being? At the moment, you've got Koulibaly, you've got Wesley Fofana. Don't forget Lewa Colwell to come back. There's still Ampadu. There's still Chalobah. Thiago Silva, is he going to stick around for another season? Who knows? Azpilicueta probably needs to move on. But at times you see Cucurella playing in centre-back position. If it's a back three, Reece James can do that as well. Are we always going to play the back three? That's the other thing. If we switch to a back four, Graham Potter seems like he's quite flexible in that manner. I mean, I don't know, man. I don't know whether Gvardiol is something that we need. We seem like we're stacked in CBs, unless we're thinking about getting rid of some of these players that we don't trust, like Chalobah. Aspilicueta could probably move on. Silva. So there potentially could be a spot down the track, but I just feel like we are very, very stacked. But you let me know, ladies and gentlemen, is Josko Gvardiol an absolute essential? Do you know what I mean? The release clause is quite cheap. Double swoop on Leipzig. Maybe we could do something. As I said, I feel like Todd Bowley has some sort of relationship with Leipzig, Salzburg. Not only the players, we're trying to get their executives in terms of sporting directors, CEOs. So there could be something there that down the track we could see more of these, transfer negotiations with Leipzig or Salzburg. So watch this space. Despite spending nearly 300 million in the summer, Chelsea are planning more significant additions and hope to complete Gvardiol as part of the Nkunku double deal. Gvardiol has a release clause thought to be at 43 million. There you go. Bid for Declan Rice still on the radar. Further goes on to say, with Chelsea needing to raise cash to keep spending, Nkunku's pre-contract raises fresh questions over the long-term futures of Christian Pulisic, Hakim Ziyech, and Amanda Broja. I mean, we said this, right? Some of these players will go. Already, Hakim Ziyech is not featuring. He wasn't featuring under Thomas Tuchel, and he's not really so far in the first couple of matches has found those minutes under Graham Potter. I know it's early days, could change. Hakim Ziyech is one, most likely going to move on. We've already had few players like Lukaku, Timo Werner, Callum Hudson-Odoi is still on loan. We'll see how that transpires. So there is definitely a space for more attackers, but there could potentially be more players leaving as well. As Pulisic has always been rumored to leave too. Amanda Broja, we'll see. Does he get enough minutes? Gvardiol signed a new contract extension, but now has a 43.7 million release clause in Rebel Leipzig, turned down much higher bids, it seems, and opted to keep him for another year. So, look, Gvardiol, serious situation that could happen as well. Declan Rice as well. Look, you know how I feel about Declan Rice. I'm not going to try and fight this. If it happens, it happens. I'm going to back this player. But I just find it strange how other new owners are also finding, this particular player interesting. But then again, there's news that apparently Nkunku was scouted by the previous owners as well. So maybe the new owners have taken on board some of the previous scouting reports, and Declan Rice definitely is there. We'll see whether we go for Declan Rice. I think at the end of this season, he'll have 2 more seasons left, and it will come to a situation where West Ham will have to let go of him because he's not signing a contract extension over there. And then there could be a few suitors. Look, my personal, options would be someone like Edson Alvarez or even Ruben Neves. Some of these players could be up for grabs. There are other players as well in the market. Caicedo, who is potentially an 8, but definitely can play as a 6. So, yeah, Jude Bellingham's name has been thrown around, and apparently Todd Bowley is very much keen on Jude Bellingham as well. So how are you going to get Jude Bellingham, Declan Rice? I don't know how all of these will happen, but madness from Todd Bowley. Just checking in to reiterate, not to worry about our midfield situation. Bowley, Potter, the board, they're all very aware and pretty smart dudes. So this is coming from Simon Phillips. He's got some internal information every now and then. And yeah, that midfield will be revamped. There's no doubt about that. So don't worry one bit. Now, breaking. Chelsea have signed a fully automated talent analysis and development platform, AI Scout, as the team's official academy research partner. And further goes on to say, Jim Fraser, head of youth recruitment at Chelsea, said, having worked with AI Scout for the last 2 years, researching talent identification and recruitment, the way in which they're innovating the process through technological advances is truly game-changing. So look, so far, all the players that we're getting rumored with and the ones that we're buying, I don't really know how much data analysis and data breakdowns that we've done. Maybe we have, potentially we have, but good to see AI Scout down the track being part of this whole process. We'll see. I'm keen to see once this madness, we've done a madness in the last transfer window, spent a lot of money. It looks like in the upcoming windows, we're going to spend equally that level of money. But of course, down the track, we may not be balling out like that. So it'll be interesting to see what gems we find from these particular software. So once again, watch this space. Last but not least, Marc Cucurella is back in Chelsea training, ladies and gentlemen. This is a fantastic news. Do you know what? I got a bit of heat in Twitter. Some of you guys might have seen. I simply tweeted out, was it yesterday or day before yesterday, saying that I'm patient with Ben Chilwell, but at the same time, I'm concerned. And maybe I should have elaborated my concern as opposed to just leaving it open like that. I'm concerned in the sense, and people that have been watching, been part of the watch-along in recent times when we're doing the Chelsea matches, it's clear to see that Ben Chilwell is not there at the moment, physically, mentally as well. I'm not really sure whether he's in the game. And that's fine. I understand he's had a long-term injury. I get it. We've got to be patient. I am patient. But at the same time, not to the detriment of Chelsea's progress. I don't want him to be the weak link in the team. And I know recently he's, scored and assisted against West Ham. But you can tell he's not there. And as I said, it's completely understandable. And I simply stated that I'm concerned, thinking, is he ever going to get back to those levels, pre-injury levels that we saw of Ben Chilwell? So, look, it's something to definitely monitor down the track, how Ben Chilwell copes. But I'm glad Marc Cucurella is back. I need him to start against AC Milan. I need pace. I need energy. I need robust nature on that left side. So, ladies and gentlemen, let me know how you feel about the whole Ben Chilwell. Have you got a little bit of doubt, concern down the track? Is he going to actually go back to those levels? Is it too early to talk about this? Maybe as time goes on, we slowly ease him in. He may go back. He may go back to those levels. So look, I'm just glad we've got Cucurella, and maybe there isn't too much to worry about as long as we have Cucurella. So let's see what happens. Ladies and gentlemen, hope you guys have enjoyed this. Let me know all your thoughts and your feelings around Nkunku, Gvardiol, Marc Cucurella, how you feel about it. Comment in the comment section below. Smash the like button if you're here for the first time. Subscribe. Hit the bell notification to stay in touch with all my content. Till next time. See ya.